That good? Okay. So thankful that we were able to come out with the win. Obviously, it was a little bit sloppy at times. Our defensive intensity and urgency was not where it needed to be. But I think Green Bay deserves a little credit for that. They play 5 out, and it kind of stretches your gaps, your rotations, your defense. And so it makes it a little bit of a challenge at times. But I thought there were certainly other times where we made the wrong decisions defensively. Obviously, we're happy to be able to get the win, but hopefully we can learn a lot from this because we've got to certainly perform better on the defensive side as we move forward.
How hard is it for players to get up for a team like this, even in a hot streak?
Yeah. It's your biggest fear as a coach. Is you're certainly constantly trying to, give examples and talk to them about, the scenarios and remind them that there's a lot on the line that we're trying to play for here. And you look at Bellarmine. They won they were 0-14. They won their last 2 ASUN games, and they beat Eastern Kentucky, who's I think was like 10-4 going into the game, right? So they beat the 6th place team and the 2nd place team in back-to-back games, and it's hard to get people to understand that sometimes, especially when things are going well. And so we talked and tried and continued to try to remind them that the staff at Green Bay is doing a really good job. Those guys are continuing to fight. They're continuing to improve. They have some young kids that have gotten better as the season's gone on, and they haven't been defeated. And so they're playing better and better and better. They're being more and more aggressive. They're making more and more plays, and it's a credit to their staff how they're continuing to rally their guys. And I thought they did a great job tonight. And you try to remind them that every win is hard. Every win, it doesn't matter. You got to prepare for the worst every time. And then if it ends up being better, then okay, cool. But certainly that's always the challenge of trying to get guys into that mindset.
You can't say that fear, coach's biggest fear. Did you feel like maybe there would be a letdown when you don't?
I thought we had really good energy today in shoot around. So I was hopeful. And the other thing that happened is, we hadn't played since Saturday, and so we were able to give them a little bit more time off during the week. And I don't know if that allowed us to be as sharp and as aggressive as we wanted to be. But that being said, I thought we had a good shoot around today. I thought we were going to come out with some energy, and I thought we did on the offensive side. And then all of a sudden, we just wanted to play, trade baskets, for a majority of the game, instead of really setting the tone on the defensive side.
Offensively, you guys, I think it was 75% from 2 in the second half. What went well to be able to allow you to shoot at that kind of level?
Yeah, I just think that, obviously we were able to get some high percentage shots, whether it was Mar, whether it was Cam. Those guys were able to attack the rim. We wanted to play in the paint. We were able to draw a bunch of fouls. I think that was helpful early in the half. That allowed us to kind of just create a little bit of space, take some control of the game. But I think it was, when we got good ball movement and then we were able to attack on the drive or on a cut, I think we were able to be successful. But, it was certainly, choppy. It was certainly a thing that, there was a lot of things that you would have liked to have been much cleaner than they were.
Cam Woods, he had a fairly strong game, especially in that second half. Finished 1 assist away from a triple-double. Just kind of touch on his performance tonight and what did you like out of it?
Yeah, I mean, 22 points, 10 and 9 is a pretty good stat line with 1 turnover. He was able to attack. He was able to get downhill. I thought for the most part offensively he made the right decision virtually every time. And then when he gets on the glass, that's something that certainly is really huge for us. He's a strong guy. He's able to get his hands on balls. He's got great instincts. So for him to get 9 defensive rebounds is a hell of an effort.
Chris Ford steps in for Ishmael Plett tonight, 15 minutes, 7 points. What do you think of his performance? And just what do you think about having a veteran like him being able to come off the bench, considering that he didn't even play in the last game, that he was ready to step in tonight?
Yeah, Chris is, Chris is an awesome human being, and he's a hardworking dude, and he's one of those guys that, at times you wish you could give him some more minutes. But virtually all year long when he's been called upon, he's been able to help us, and he's been able to hold the line, and he's been able to make positive plays. And, he's been able to do things that have helped us, whether it was in the beginning of the year, in a game at Delaware, he got kind of called into it and was able to, help us. At Green Bay, he gave us a huge lift. I mean, there's a number of games that we can look back on during the course of the year where, he contributed in a really productive way, and you just never know. And it's a credit to his work ethic. It's a credit to his character, that he's always prepared to come in and help the team in any way that he can. And so it's nice to have a guy like that on your roster who, continues to work and continues to stay ready, because not everyone does that, right? Again, this is the time of the year where, everyone's starting to think about what's next instead of what's going on right now. And so, can you sit there and be prepared? And the people that will be successful not only in basketball, but eventually in life, have that kind of mindset. And that's why, Chris is a great student in the classroom. He's a zero maintenance human being, right? And he's going to be successful because he has the mindset of showing up every day and working.
This game kind of went similar to the first one against Green Bay, where it was kind of close at it, and then you guys used a big run in the start of the second half to get a. What do you think leads to that kind of run to open the second half?
I thought our defensive energy picked up there. We were able to turn them over a little bit, create some misses. That was really what was able to, help us build the lead, right? We were able to score consistently throughout the game. We just weren't able to get stops for long enough stretches. And so when we were able to get those stops, we were able to kind of build a lead. And again, that's where you always just worry about the maturity of your team. Can you come out from the jump and be ready to play? Or, are you trying to see what you can get away with? And I felt like our defense today was a little bit trying to see what we could get away with. And it doesn't matter who you are or where you are, and these guys are Division I players. And they have a plan, and they're going to try to execute the plan. And so, whether it's 29 points from Marcus Hall, whether it's 17 from Jeremiah Johnson, right? Like, you have to be able to go and respect the game and play it the right way. And, I don't think we did that for the 40 minutes tonight.
Stupid question, but did you know Roy wasn't going to play?
We didn't. We didn't know. We didn't know. I mean,
You have to practice thinking.
yeah, we talked about him in scouting report. I think everybody throughout the year has talked about him in scouting report. So I don't know what the status of any of it is. I know when we were at Green Bay the first time, Doug had mentioned to me that he was going to come back at some point, right? So that just kind of leaves everybody guessing and, talking about him in scouting report and showing some clips of him. And obviously he's a tremendous talented player. So, you just always got to be aware and ready because you never know what'll happen.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I said this been the longest we had, like, in between games. Like, we played last Saturday, and we just played today, so that was the longest break we had. So I say not just preparing for them, getting used to those off days that we had and coming back in the gym. I think it was just a week that'll get us right for Sunday. I wouldn't say preparing for that team because they just came off a win, so we didn't want to be that team that get them another one, and that could hurt us in the long run, trying to finish out in the top two in the standings. So we were prepared for them, but I say the week got us.
Ken, why has it worked here for you? What's been the secret for you and the Colonials being a good marriage?
I say, like, a lot of guys just hungry. Like, last year I was on a team with a lot of people with names that already had their setup. They was known in their cities. But these guys, like, everyone trying to get to that point. Like, you would think we in middle school still grinding to make the middle school team, how we practice. So just being with hungry guys, like, it's some guys first D1 like career, so, and they performing well. So I say very hungry guys that you gonna always win no matter what.
So why does that work? Is it because of the competition and practice? Like, what makes that?
I say you just want to win. Like, we also been in losing programs too, so we know how to win, we know how to lose. And that losing feeling, just when you go through the summer, you got a long summer, you got summer classes, summer practice, you don't want to have no regret. So right now we just leaving it all on the court, so we won't have no regret for the summer.
Kim, you were on the NC State team that made the run in the ACC tournament Final Four. What did you learn from being on that team that you was able to take to RMU and sort of help them become one of the top teams in the rise?
I say just it's always basketball. Like, it's the same basketball game that's getting played on ESPN and the same ones that's getting played on ESPN Plus. So when you watch other team highlights, it might get you because we ain't getting that same knowledge. But at the end of the day, like, we still got a chance to get on the big screen and win in the tournament and then trying to get to March Madness. So we don't want to let all that work go to waste. So I say that. So I've been bringing just the hungry. Don't get into the media. Even when we have good games, like, we picking up more fans. Like, don't even let that get to you. Like, just stay focused.
On the court, what's key to winning this time of year?
I say get stops, but with the stops finishing with a rebound because we real dangerous in transition. And I say once we get that first rebound, we out. Those be the best games that we played. Yeah.
There was a stretch when you returned from injury where your efficiency was a bit down, but yet you still played just about all 40 minutes, and Coach Toole never took you out. What did that say of the confidence that he had in you to always just keep giving you the ball and keep letting you be the guy to where eventually your numbers and the team's success started going back up?
I say, like, since he started recruiting me, that trust that we had, like, over the phone from the first conversation, like, we knew what we had to do. I knew what I had to do on my end, and he was gonna let me perform, and I had to make it look good on his end. Whether I'm scoring or not, I feel like that I have an impact in the game somehow, whether it's defense or assists. Somehow I'm affect the game, so that's why I think that he leave me in for 40 minutes, even though some games I do be shooting terrible, multiple games at that, but he know he could trust me with making a winning play.
Cam, 9 defensive rebounds. Is that effort? Is that reading the ball well tonight? Like, what led to those number of rebounds?
That's really reading the ball. Like, my guys never crashing. Like, the guards that I guard, they usually the ones getting back. So we've been working on box out, or if you don't have no box out, going to help the big for. I want to say Milwaukee because they got one of the best offensive rebounders in the country at that. So we've been just working on that this week. That's why I really think that I got my rebound up today.
And that's going to be obviously a key factor on Sunday.
Definitely a key factor. The biggest factor for Milwaukee. I feel like we get them, hold them to one shot, it will be good. Especially with how we playing on offense right now. Everybody getting their shots. Yeah. But we want to play better defense, yeah. We not trying to give up no 85 points. Or I think we gave up 40-something in the second half. And that when our game goal, like we clear all our game goals instead of points per possession, and that's something we can't have with Milwaukee because they way better scoring team than them.
Coach said you seemed like the team seemed like they want to just trade baskets. Did it feel like that?
I say some of the baskets were just too easy at times that you start celebrating and you don't think they're gonna get it out as quick. So just being locked in, knowing that we could score and get right back in it. Like when they pushing up the court, somebody maybe could get a steal and we scoring again. So we just got to finish on. After the hype plays, really getting back locked in quicker. Yeah.
Touching on that, I mean, as the season grew, you guys have come together as a group. I mean, you guys are celebrating everything as a team. I mean, there was a play Alvaro dove for a ball on the side, and I mean, it stayed on Green Bay's possession, but like you guys were hyped. I mean, do you think that like unity and I guess having fun in the moment translates to the success on the court?
Yeah, I say that definitely because now that we winning, a lot of people might got a lot of people in their ear saying do this and do that. That could mess up what we got going right now. So just being happy with each other, like a lot of teams in the country not happy with each other. Some people be hanging on other people's points. Like, we have a different leading scorer every night. Like, we know we that capable team that some nights it might not be your night. So just cheer for the other because we got a game Sunday. Whoever ain't scored today, they have big opportunity Sunday. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.